All right, guys. So, lesson two. This is a very, very important lesson, and I'm going to be touching on it again throughout this whole school. Um, yeah, it's about scams and hacks in crypto. If you understand how this stuff works, then you can avoid losing your money like 99% of the time. I would say most of the work in crypto is understanding how scams and frauds work, because once you know how to detect them, you can avoid them and you can keep your money, right? And eventually, if you keep your money long enough in crypto in the right tokens, you'll eventually be profitable. So this game is really just about survival. I've survived through multiple crashes, lots of NFT stuff, lots of rug pulls. I've seen the patterns. So you eventually you make money if you survive long enough and you stick around long enough. Then it's not that hard to make money. It's just about really knowing what those scams and bad projects look like. So let's get into it. All right. So at a basic level, you should be aware that you have a set of private keys. These are also called mnemonic phrases. Um, and this is like your social insurance number. So this is like your bank account information. If you lose these private keys or give them away to anyone for any reason, you might as well give out all your bank account information, because without these, you lose access to your wallet. And if someone gets a hold of it, then they can suck out all your money and drain your funds. So always keep these safe. Always keep them written down on physical paper. Don't screenshot them. Don't, write them in your notes. Keep them on physical, old school paper and write out like four different copies. Give different copies to your friends or like cousins. Keep them safe. Spread them out, because you don't know. You never know what could happen, right? Your house could get set on fire or something crazy. You lose the paper. I don't know. You have to keep these things safe. And yeah, that's step one. You should know that. So let me give you an example of how a scam can happen on MetaMask. So when you sign a transaction here, obviously you see the gas fee, and then if you look into the data, which I can't click here, but when you confirm a transaction and you sign it, you're basically giving permission to a project or a website to access your funds, right? So this is one here, apps.sparkfi. So I would be giving access to this project, access to all my wallet, depending on the contract and what it says. So you always want to make sure you're not clicking on fake websites. You want to make sure you're on the legit ones and you bookmark them. There are lots of fake websites if you type them in. Like if you type in Jupiter, Solana exchange on Google, the top one is usually a fake scam website, and you can tell just by reading the URL. So just really keep that in mind. Always bookmark the legit links, and don't fall for those fake ones, because they will siphon out your money and you will be left to zero. So yeah, I mean, 83% of new users quit crypto as soon as they experience a hack or getting their money sucked out. Honestly, it happens to everyone, and it's part of like the learning process. But you just have to get better and not give up, because like I said, you will make money eventually if you stick around long enough. Um, so here are some more common ways that people get hacked. So phishing attack. So phishing attack is when a user gets tricked into revealing some type of information. So it could be like, like a fake email. They ask for your birthday address, or like, what was your favorite food? What was the name of your dog as a child? These are all questions that are used on security questions. So be really weary of people who ask those type of things over email or Telegram, especially, um, because there's really creative ways that they can hack you. And this video doesn't even cover all of them. These are just the ones I know. So be aware of phishing attacks. So I'll give you an example here. So this is a really common one. So I get emails like this all the time. So you'll see an email, saying like, "Oh, you have some crypto you can, claim, or you just sold an NFT on blah blah blah." First of all, I know this is a scam because I've never submitted my email to OpenSea. So that's already red flag number one. And then secondly, if you click on the email itself, like over here, you can see the email is night mode at libero.it. So it's not even a company OpenSea email link. You can see the same thing here. So, websites that claim to be support or MetaMask support, Phantom support, Solana support. These are, if you just look at the email, you can tell it's obviously a fake. It's nothing associated with the company. And again, usually they are asking you for a type of payment, or they ask you to, click this link to view, some items that you sold. These are all scams. You usually never have to submit your email to any of these projects. So that should be the first red flag right off the bat. Secondly, is a fake airdrop. I actually fell for this because I had a real subscription to Nansen AI, and I actually thought they were doing an airdrop. So it was like really, it was in the morning, and I was groggy, and it was like the first thing I clicked, and I didn't really think too hard. So it's kind of my fault. But basically, what happened is I got an email like this, right? Because they had my real email, because like I had a real subscription, so it made sense why they emailed me, and it said I could claim the airdrop, and I did not check. But if I had checked the email, I would have seen this was a fake email domain. So I clicked on it, and then I signed a bad contract. So I signed something like this. And then when I checked my wallet, all of my money was gone. So like in an instant, the code just is programmed to drain out all your money. So I mean, even I fell for it. So just something to be aware of. And the next thing here is social engineering. So the most common way you see this is with fake accounts that are impersonating. Like they could pretend to be support, they could pretend to be the moderator, they could pretend to be me, like using my username. So this is an example, right? So, hey Hector, I'm the official admin here to assist you. Blah blah blah. How are you doing? And they send you some link, and then usually it's a link that says, click here to sign into your wallet, and then it'll ask you to put in your private keys. And right off the bat, that is a big sign that it's a scam. You should never, ever, ever, ever insert your private keys to any website from anyone that sends you that. So another example here, very common, is people will impersonate my TikTok accounts. So I have all these fake TikTok accounts that come up like every day. There's dozens of them every day. There's no way I can block all of them. Um, but there's only one way to spell my name, which is this way. So, I mean, if you just look at the spelling, you can avoid the scam. But some people don't read, unfortunately. So this is another common method that people scam, is they will, ask you, one example I heard was someone saying that they got a DM from like one of these fake accounts, and it told them like, oh, I can trade for you, just deposit some money into this, look at all the money I made, look at all the profits, blah blah blah. And then like, it's just common sense. Don't send your money to fake accounts. Look at the spelling. Like, I will never ask you for money. I don't need your money. I don't want to invest for you. I'll never ask for your private keys, right? So if something smells fishy, you can just, ask someone in the Telegram, ask someone on Reddit, and 99% of the time it's a scam. So, just check the spelling, honestly, and use your common sense. Like, I will never invest on your behalf. I never do that. Another one is WhatsApp comments, or like YouTube comments. This is super common. So like, you'll see really ugly ass comments like this on YouTube. Someone will comment something legit like blah blah blah, and then they reply. Some bot will reply, "Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe," and then they send you the WhatsApp number in these really weird fonts. Sometimes these accounts will also impersonate my YouTube account, so be aware of that. But again, common sense. I never ask you to message me on WhatsApp. I never want to invest for you. So, I mean, if you fall for it, you're kind of dumb. But like I said, it's the cost of tuition when you get into crypto. You eventually you fall for one scam, one way or another. So, just be aware and use your common sense. Another one that you don't see as much is public giveaways. So you'll see like these fake Twitter accounts or screenshots on Instagram saying like Elon Musk is doing like a crypto giveaway, join here, and it asks you to click the link. And then once you click the link, like, there's nothing on it. And usually it'll ask you for private keys. Super obvious, like, don't go for these fake accounts. Obviously, don't click links, don't give your private keys, basic stuff. Another one you need to be aware of is something called a keylogger, which is pretty dangerous. So this will come in the form of like a fake download or a Google extension link. Sorry, and the way it works is they will install a software basically that tracks all of your keyboard strokes. So everything you type on the computer, it will be tracked, and then from there they can reverse engineer and like find out your MetaMask password. They can find out your private keys if you have to reinsert them at some point. So this is a much harder and more sophisticated one, but a way you can avoid it is just don't download any links from people sending you stuff. Like this is like an NFT prize thing, so they ask me to download like all these photos from their NFT project, and just don't click it. Or they ask you to sign like an NDA, and it'll be like on a fake Google Drive, or a real Google Drive, but it'll ask you to install like some zip folder. So just don't do that. Another one is SIM card swapping. So this is when a person will call your phone provider. So like if it's Rogers or AT&T, whatever company you're with, they will call and pretend to be you and ask them to restart the account. Can you reset my password? I lost my phone. Can you put it on a new SIM card? So they do this. They get all your SIM card information programmed to a new SIM card, and then they log into your accounts with that. Like Coinbase or Google or YouTube, they ask you to. Usually, it'll send a text message to your number. So with a SIM card swap, they will get access to your phone authentication devices. Another one here is like fake wallets. So this is not as common, but you might see it like on a Microsoft store, right? This was one that happened recently. Someone put out a fake Ledger Live Web3 app. There was only one rating. This name was obviously a scam. Official dev. It should say Ledger Live. It looked legit, and when the person downloaded the extension, it asks them to insert their private keys, and boom, that's how they get the private keys. All your money's gone. Another one is unsecure Wi-Fi networks, right? So if you're on like public Wi-Fi, like Starbucks or McDonald's or something, advanced network people can program it so that it gets all your information. And then if you're in a state where you're typing in your private keys, for example, like that can be drained as well. So some basic security practices is use strong passwords. Ideally, use different passwords for every account. Always enable two-factor authentication. So it's linked to your phone number and the 2FA app. Beware of phishing attempts. Double check the emails that are being sent from these accounts. Don't click on URLs that ask for your private keys. Don't go for impersonation fake accounts. Just use common sense. Best security tips to avoid this stuff is always back up your private keys on physical paper. Keep several copies, like I said. Only do it on physical paper. Only do it when you're at home on secure Wi-Fi networks. Don't do it in public places. And always stay updated. So stay up to date with like crypto hacks and techniques and stuff. You can follow me on Twitter or be in my Telegram group for all that kind of information. So if you found this helpful, guys, just drop a comment and join the Telegram group if you're not already in there. But yeah, those are the basics. I would say the most common one that you guys will probably see often is this email one, which is fake emails from support. And like I said, you can just check and hover over the email and see that it's completely fake. Another really common one is these Telegram group things. So especially if you're on Telegram or Discord, you'll see this a lot where they pretend to be me or they pretend to be a moderator. And if you're on crypto, if you're following me on TikTok or YouTube, then you'll see this a lot as well. So these are fake crypto comics accounts. If you see those, please report them. I end up blocking them, but they still, just end up multiplying. So just be wary of those.